In the quiet suburb of Maplewood, Ohio, just outside Columbus, 27-year-old Sarah Whitaker lived a life that looked, from the outside, perfectly ordinary. She taught third grade at Lincoln Elementary School. Her classroom walls were covered in student artwork, bright crayon drawings of families, pets, and dream vacations. Colleagues described her as warm, organized, and quietly ambitious. She saved diligently, graded papers late into the night, and dreamed of seeing more of the world beyond the Midwest cornfields. Sarah had never been one for impulsiveness. Yet in early March 2025, she booked a solo trip to Dubai. 10 days, she told her best friend Lauren over coffee. Just to reset, she said. Sand, skyscrapers, a little luxury before the spring testing season hits. She posted a single Instagram story from the airport, a photo of her boarding pass, captioned, "Adventure begins." Then she turned on airplane mode and disappeared into the sky. Her flight landed at Dubai International Airport on March 12. Immigration records show she cleared customs without issue, collected her suitcase, and took a taxi to a mid-range hotel in Dera, near the creek. The hotel staff remembered her, a polite American woman who asked for extra towels and a city map. She checked in under her own name, paid with her credit card, and that was the last routine trace. For the first week, everything appeared normal. Sarah sent sporadic messages to her family group chat. Photos of the Burj Khalifa at sunset, a shot of her sipping mint tea at a souk stall, a short video of the dancing fountains at the Dubai Mall. "This place is unreal," she texted her mother on March 15th. "I feel like I'm in a movie." On March 18th, she posted one final Instagram story. Herself smiling on a desert safari jeep, dunes stretching behind her like golden waves. The caption read, "Feeling free." After that, silence. Her mother, Diane Whitaker, noticed first. Sarah usually called every Sunday evening, Ohio time. When the call didn't come on March 23rd, Diane sent a text. No reply. By March 25th, worry turned to panic. Lauren checked Sarah's social media. Nothing new since the desert photo. Credit card activity stopped after March 19th, a small charge at a cafe in Jumeirah. Bank statements later showed no withdrawals, no hotel extensions, nothing. On March 26th, Diane filed a missing person report with Maplewood Police. They contacted the U.S. Embassy in Abu Dhabi, who in turn alerted Dubai Police. Because Sarah was a U.S. citizen abroad, the case quickly escalated. Interpol was notified. Dubai authorities opened an official missing person investigation under case number DPD 2025-03-4782. The initial search was methodical. Hotel staff confirmed Sarah had checked out on March 20th, one day earlier than her original booking. She had left no forwarding address, no complaints, nothing unusual. Security footage from the lobby showed her wheeling her suitcase out at 10:47 a.m., dressed casually in jeans and a light jacket, speaking briefly to the concierge. She appeared calm, unhurried. Investigators traced her phone. The last ping came from a cell tower near Al Bersha on March 19th at 11:47 p.m., the same night as her final Instagram story. After that, the device went offline. No calls, no data usage. The phone never reconnected to any network. Credit card records showed one last transaction on March 19th, 148 dirhams, about $40, at a small cafe called Oasis Brew in Jumeirah. The cafe owner remembered her. She sat alone, ordered iced latte and a croissant, he told police in a recorded statement. She was on her phone a lot, smiling sometimes. She tipped well and left around 9 p.m. From there, the trail cooled. No taxi receipts, no rideshare logs under her name. Dubai's vast surveillance network, cameras on every major street, mall, and metro station, was combed through. Thousands of hours of footage. Sarah appeared briefly on a mall camera at 8:15 p.m. on March 19th, walking alone toward an exit. Then nothing. She vanished into the night. 4 weeks passed. April 23, 2025. The case had gone quiet in the American media, just a few local Ohio news segments and a short article in an expat forum. Sarah's family held a small vigil in Maplewood. Yellow ribbons tied to trees. Prayers for her safe return. Then, on the morning of April 24th, Dubai police made a breakthrough. A routine property check in an upscale residential compound in Dubai Hills Estate turned up something unexpected. The compound was a gated community of modern villas, popular with expatriates and wealthy locals. One villa, number 17, Block C, had been rented short-term through a private listing platform. The tenant had paid in cash for a 1-month lease starting March 20th. The landlord, a British expat named Michael Harrow, had not heard from the renter since the first week. When he went to inspect the property, as per the lease agreement allowing periodic checks, he found the front door unlocked. Inside, the villa was pristine, almost too clean. No personal belongings except for one item, a navy blue suitcase in the master bedroom closet. The suitcase matched the description Sarah's family had provided: hard shell, silver trim, a small rip on the bottom left corner from an old airport mishap. Inside the suitcase, Sarah's passport, her wallet, credit cards and Ohio driver's license intact, a small notebook, and her phone, powered off, battery dead. The notebook contained daily entries up to March 19th. Day 8. Desert was magical. Met a guide named Kareem. He offered to show me hidden spots tomorrow. Said it's off the tourist path. Sounds adventurous. Day 9. Kareem picked me up at 7 p.m. We drove out toward Hatta. Stars were incredible. He talked about his family, his life here. Felt safe. The final entry, dated March 19th. Kareem says he knows a quiet place for sunrise photos. Leaving phone at villa tonight. Too much glare from screen. Back by morning. No further entries. Forensic teams swept the villa. No signs of struggle. No blood, no forced entry. Fingerprints were minimal, mostly the landlord's and one set matching Sarah's, lifted from her passport and phone. A single long, dark hair was found on the bathroom floor, not Sarah's blonde. DNA testing was ordered. Investigators located Kareem, full name Kareem Al-Farsi, 34, a licensed tour guide who ran a small private desert experience company catering to solo travelers. He was cooperative when questioned at Dubai Police Headquarters on April 25th. Kareem explained, yes, he had met Sarah on March 18th during her Desert Safari Group tour. She had stayed after the others left, asking about private excursions. He offered a custom overnight trip to a remote wadi near the Oman border, camping under the stars, traditional Bedouin dinner, sunrise hike. She agreed enthusiastically, paid 1,800 dirhams in cash, and met him the next evening. They drove out in his Land Cruiser. He described the evening as pleasant. They set up camp, ate, talked. Sarah seemed happy, relaxed. Around midnight, she said she wanted to walk a short distance to photograph the Milky Way without light pollution. She left her phone behind to avoid ruining the shots with screen glare. Kareem stayed at the camp to tend the fire. She never came back, he told investigators, voice steady but eyes downcast. I waited until dawn. Searched the area. Called her name. Nothing. I drove back to the main road, reported it to the Hatta police outpost at 7 a.m. on March 20th. They took a statement, but since she was an adult and had only been gone a few hours, they classified it as a possible voluntary wander. I assumed she had gotten lost or decided to leave on her own. I returned to Dubai, left her suitcase at the villa. She had given me the access code, and waited to hear from her. Hatta police confirmed Kareem's report from March 20th. A search party had gone out that morning. Drones, ground teams, dogs. No trace of Sarah. The wadi was rugged, full of rocky outcrops and dry riverbeds. Temperatures at night still dipped into the 50s Fahrenheit. A person without water or shelter could face serious risk. But something didn't add up for lead investigator Captain Layla Hassan of Dubai Police's Criminal Investigation Department. Kareem's story was plausible. People did get lost in the desert, but the suitcase bothered her. Why had he kept it? Why not turn it over to authorities immediately? And why the villa rental under a different name? Digging deeper, Captain Hassan's team uncovered Kareem's financial records. In the 6 months prior, he had taken on an unusually high number of private bookings, mostly young women traveling alone. Payments were often cash, off books. His company's official revenue had flatlined, yet he lived comfortably. New car, villa in Jumeirah, frequent international trips. A second witness emerged, another American tourist, 29-year-old Megan Hayes from California, who had booked a similar, exclusive, overnight with Kareem in January 2025. She told police, via video call from the U.S., that the trip had felt off. Kareem had been overly attentive, asking personal questions about her finances, her family, whether she traveled with valuables. She had cut the trip short, returned to her hotel at 2 a.m., and left Dubai early. She hadn't reported it because nothing overt had happened, just a creepy vibe. Armed with this, Captain Hassan brought Kareem back for a second interview on April 28. This time, under caution. Confronted with the inconsistencies, Kareem's composure cracked. He admitted the truth in pieces. Sarah had not wandered off. During the overnight, after dinner, Kareem had suggested they drive to a better viewpoint a few kilometers away. Sarah agreed. Once there, in the remote darkness, he revealed his real plan. He told her he could arrange for her to stay longer in Dubai, work under the table, earn good money modeling or in hospitality. He painted a picture of easy wealth, freedom from her teaching job. When she refused, laughing it off at first, then firmly saying no, he became insistent. He took her phone, said it was so she could focus on the experience. When she demanded it back and tried to walk away, he restrained her, not violently at first, but enough to prevent her leaving. He drove her back to the villa in Dubai Hills, locked her in a guest room.